was a crappy 6 weeks, but what's 6 weeks to the rest of your life? Hey guys, it's Mellow Beauty here, and today we're going to be talking about my BBL experience. I had my BBL in 2019 and it was July 2nd. So July 1st or 2nd, I don't really remember anymore. So basically in this video, I'm going to be talking about everything BBL related, my BBL experience, everything that happened to me and all that kind of stuff, everything from what I can remember. So if you're interested, just continue watching, and if you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe. Just hit the big red subscribe button for me. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. Just go ahead and click the bell button so that you can be notified whenever I make new videos. I will be putting out videos every week, and all right, here we go. I got a BBL in July of last year. I actually went to the same doctor that did my breasts and my rhinoplasty because I saw photos of what he can do, and because I was already with him, I felt really good and I already knew what I was getting into, so I decided to go back with him. So he was working with a clinic called Clinic Center. So I decided to go through them again, and I know how everything went. You just go on their website, tell them what you want. They ask for your photos and they make you fill out a form to see if you are mentally fit, to see if you are physically fit to be able to handle the procedure. I sent them photos. They said, yes, we will be able to do this operation on you. And then, yeah, they give you a quote. So the quote was, I have it here. So in total, your special campaign package price of Brazilian butt lift with VASER liposuction. And oh yeah, I also got fillers underneath my eyes. We'll talk about that. VASER liposuction plus filler under the eyes is $2,920 as a full package. If you add arms or other areas for liposuction to your package, your price will be $3,620. Because I was asking where they would take fat out of and if we can add more areas. And I decided that yes, of course, I would like to have liposuction from my arms. We decided on a date, and I knew I was going back to my other doctor. So I was really happy. I knew what I was expecting. The first time that I was with Clinic Center, I was so happy. Everything was super awesome, and I was expecting kind of the same service when I went back. If you want more information about how everything goes, I explain it a little bit more and a little bit better inside of my video where I talk about getting my breast lift and rhinoplasty. So go ahead and check that out. I will just leave like a little link. It's somewhere in one of these corners. I'm not sure where. But yeah, just click on that if you want to know a little bit more about the whole process. So it's in Istanbul, Turkey. That's where it happened. And this time there was nobody to pick us up from the airport, because last time they had like a whole package deal where they would pick you up, and it was really strange. So we had to wait, I believe it was 3.5 hours for somebody to come pick us up. We got to the hotel at 3 in the morning and I had the operation the next day, so I didn't get any sleep, like barely any. And then the next day they brought us to the hospital, and so we did blood tests and everything, and then we got into the room where I will be staying the night. Hi guys, so I'm in the hospital now. I can show you the room a bit. So quite normal. A nice little window. And they just took blood from me. They made an open passageway. I'm not allowed to wear makeup, not allowed to have nails, not allowed to have lash extensions. All jewelry has to be off. And now I have to read these things. And not really nervous. I feel like I should be more nervous, but I'm not at all. So yeah. Just wanted a quick update and show you how the room looks like. I have my host, but he's outside because I am wearing basically nothing, just this funny little outfit for the surgery. But he basically was a translator and helped me get from the hotel to here, check in, and all this kind of stuff. So they give you a nice little explanation about what liposuction is. what it's going to, so this is what I want: buttocks enlargement by fat injection. One of the best methods for enlargement and plump is to fill the fat with injections into the empty area where liposuction can be done. Blase, blase, blase. 40 to 50% will remain visible at the end of 6 months. It can be kept alive or lasting for life. So yes, I think half of whatever I will see in the next few days / weeks will probably be gone. So yeah, that's interesting. And then also this this here, this is basically saying, talking about the sedation, so basically the anesthesia and what to expect, and if I want to sign out of this surgery, then I can do it now. But I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to keep reading. Just wanted to show you this is what they offer. So yeah, funny little hat. I'm also going to be getting fillers in my eyes, underneath my eyes, to kind of get rid of the hollow shape. I think they'll be injecting something. So now you see the before. The translator came in and said, okay, so we will need to take the payment now, the 3,000 something euros. And I was like, okay, here we go. And then he said, okay, so this is just for the BBL and for, he said, so this is just for the BBL. And I was like, no, it's for fillers and also for the liposuction of the arms. He was like, no, that's not in your package. And so I had to pull up my email and be like, yes, this is in my package. Like, what the hell? So then he had to go and talk with somebody who knows, I don't know. But then, so my surgery got pushed back a little bit because everything was so confusing and they didn't have their stuff organized. And I thought that was really strange. So I just kind of let that go. I was like, maybe, you know, they have so many people coming through, it has to be a bit confusing. So I just kind of let that go. So then the surgery happened, and I've gone through this before with the surgery. So what they will do is they will use anesthesia and they will put it onto your face. It's like a face mask. Then you're out in 10 seconds. And because this was my second time doing this, I actually like tried to stay awake to see if I would, like, in some weird, strange way. I just want to see if this stuff really works this good, you know? And I just remember trying to stay up as long as I could, but I really think I was out in less than 10 seconds. So you guys, don't be scared about being wide awake while having a surgery. What you need to do is, before you go into surgery, really talk with your doctor and say, hey, I have such a fear of this. Can you please make sure the anesthesiologist will, you know, make sure that I'm out. Anyway, so I fall right to sleep, and then I wake up. What happened there? So I wake up and I'm inside of the room where I was staying the night, so inside of the hospital bed. The way I woke up was them basically like slapping me on the face. And I remember being just so tired. I was exhausted. I didn't really feel anything. All I knew was that I had to sleep. But the one thing I did feel was my throat was hurting really, really bad. And it's from the anesthesia, so do expect that it feels like a sore throat. I was laying on my stomach, so yeah, I was dead sleeping. My friend, she was with me. She was trying to wake me up to feed me. I was not getting up. So yeah, then when I finally got up, I remember just not feeling good. I mean, I felt really sick. The nurses checked, and I had a fever, and it was a really bad fever. And I just remember like being in complete pain. So yeah, I know I'm not the only BBL video you're watching. And I'm pretty sure all the other girls said that it is horrible, and they're not lying. Shouldn't scare you away because I am so happy now with the results, but I'm telling you, and on top of like having a fever, I heard and I've read somewhere that You can get a fever from BBL, not sure why, but like I said, I wasn't getting any sleep the night before. I think I had about 2-3 hours of sleep before we had to get up and go to the hospital. And of course, the whole day before, the day that we were flying, I was very excited. I was packing, I was cleaning my house, I was making sure everything was good and ready to go for when I come back home. It was just, everything was high anxiety, high happiness, just, and then on top of that, no sleep. So maybe my fever came from that, but I've read somewhere and I've seen that sometimes you get sick from it. To be able to go to the restroom, I mean, I wasn't eating that first day, so I didn't have to go, you know, number 2. But when I had to pee, they put like this cord inside of you that you just pee through that, so you don't even have to worry about getting up. But when they took that thing out and I had to actually go to the toilet to pee, because of the liposuction from my arms, and I was laying on my stomach, so you have to push yourself up to be able to get out of the bed, and then getting out of the bed means you have to put your leg out. It was an event. It was an event, and I would have rather just had a diaper on and been a big old baby, because I was being a big old baby and it was horrible. So if you're planning on doing the liposuction in your arms, just know pushing up is gonna be so bad. It took me 2 hours to get in this position. I look like hell, but I really don't care. I just want to show you guys like the raw footage of it all. The reason I'm in this position, it's kind of like I'm praying position. My knees are on the ground. It's because the back pain is unbearable. You're supposed to lay on your belly, and I'm flipping out. So I'm sitting like this, I'm eating a little bit. I don't have much of an appetite, but I have to eat because of the painkillers. So, my surgery was yesterday. Yeah. And I had some complications. Apparently I had like a really bad fever. Lost some blood. So, I'm really weak. I feel really, I don't know if you can see my arm, how bruised it is. I can barely move anything. Everything hurts. I would show you other things, but I can barely move. I had to get my friend to set up the camera. And the fillers, you can see it's hella swollen. I could barely open my eyes yesterday, but Maria says it's better now. So, for me, some girls are good after 3-4 days. It took me about like 12 days. So even when I got home, when my boyfriend had to take care of me, I was kaput, just so done and so dead. So yeah, I want to just backtrack a little bit because I'm going a little bit ahead of myself. What I got done was the VASER liposuction, which is just a new version of doing liposuction. I heard that it's less aggressive because with the old school liposuction, they'd really shove that knife in and all that. Apparently this is a lighter, nicer version. VASER liposuction is a procedure which is used to change the contours and shape of the body by removing persistent fat deposits. VASER stands for Vibration Amplification of Sound Energy at Renaissance. It is... Wow, all of a sudden I can't see. Okay. It is a specialized ultrasound technology used to break down fat cells by sending out ultrasonic frequency waves. So I believe, yeah, that's basically the difference, is VASER is breaking down the fat cells, so it's easier to kind of move the wand around and try to suck everything out. And then old school liposuction was literally just sucking everything out. Apparently this is safer, better, and better results. And that's what they offered there. So I got the VASER liposuction 360. So 360 just means that they're taking it out from the belly and they're taking it out from the back. Okay. When you get a BBL, I would totally recommend to do a 360, even if it costs a little more. But you want your body to look proportionate, and if you're just going to be doing liposuction just from the belly and then your back is not contoured out, then I don't see the point of it. Like, just save up a little bit more money and you should just get a 360. So I decided to do 360, but I also added arms, because another thing that I notice, a lot of girls that get BBLs, yes, their waist is snatched, but then they have just such a large upper body, and to me that really didn't look so good. So I would also recommend getting arms, but depending on yeah, how your arms are looking. So yes, I got the liposuction in the front, in the back here, and inside of my underarms here. So you can see here how it's not coming down. So let's talk a little bit about the fillers. The fillers I wasn't very happy with, because they made my eyes look a little bit more puffy. It was so bad that even my mom noticed. And she was just like, what is going on with your eyes? And then on this side of my eye, I'm not sure if you even really can see it, but it's still kind of puffy, and it's dark because it got bruised, or it could be dead skin because maybe the filler went into the vein. That is something that you have to be really careful about. So I'm not happy with the fillers. It could also be because I was laying on my stomach for recovery the whole time and my face was in the pillow the whole time, that the fillers weren't just setting in the way that they should be, and they were kind of pushing out for them to be puffed out. I asked my doctor about it, and he said, no, it's normal, it's fine, but this dark spot just does not go away. So I don't know what that is. Now, yeah, it's not so horrible. I could still cover it up with makeup, and as time goes on, I'm noticing that it's flattening out, it's going away. But anyway, so that's my fillers story. Now back to the BBL. So with the BBL, with the arms, you can see here my little nub, and you can see here another nub, and that's where they put in the wand to be able to suck out the fat here. Okay, then you can see here my little nub, and then on the other side too. Okay, this is how my body is looking now, so quite contoured out. And then of course for the belly, here are the nubs. So one nub here and another nub here. My belly is so much flatter, guys. I am really happy with the results. I'm gonna put some, first off, please don't laugh or like don't make fun of my old body, but this is my old body here. So you can see where I have basically fat rolls on the back, how my belly is protruding out. That was me not trying to make it push out, and I remember taking that photo and just being like, just be natural. So I was just gaining so much weight and I just wanted it all gone. Now let's talk more about recovery. So I leave the hospital, and this is where it all kind of made me feel very strange about Clinic Center. I asked the nurses in the front, I asked the translator, hey, I want a big taxi, because I don't know how, because you're not supposed to sit on your butt. You can't sit on your butt for 6 weeks plus. So how am I gonna fit in a normal car? I'm a big girl and I'm supposed to lay on my stomach inside of a tiny car. And they're like, yeah, no problem, big taxi, no problem. So I'm waiting there, and they see that I'm not well. It was just not a nice experience. They were all looking at me like, ugh. It didn't feel good at all. And then I get into the taxi, and literally 4 nurses are pushing me in to the taxi, and I'm crying and screaming.
So that wasn't so nice. And because we didn't have a translator, I was begging for a big taxi so that I can be in this position, so I can be on my knees. But instead they like stuffed me into a tiny taxi like a chicken. They were like crossing my legs over, and I was like literally screaming. And then I got home, and the taxi ride was pretty bumpy, and it was just so much pain. And I've been sleeping. I've been asking Maria Oh, blanket on, blanket off, blanket on. And I'm also really brain dead. So, yeah.
To the point where the taxi driver was like, call the ambulance. Get the ambulance to take her. And the ladies were like, no, we don't have enough ambulance. Which, I mean, I get, yeah, you don't have enough ambulance, but why are you shoving me in here? Like, it was traumatic. And then I get to the hotel, and then I learned that there's no nurse at the hotel. And last time Clinic Center had a nurse at the hotel, I really needed the extra help. And there was no nurse there, so thank God I had my friend with me. So I was still having fevers and all of this stuff. I wasn't happy with the filler. So here is a little snippet.
Not very happy. I sent them an email saying how unhappy I was with the service and how like rude the nurses were, and like just like how my host just left and how they put me in the taxi like this, and she was like, okay, somebody will come at 11. What time is it now? Like 10?
9:52.
Yeah, it's like 10 now. So like an hour somebody should be coming so I can complain to them.
And get a higher dosage of pain medication.
Because I have no idea what I'm supposed to do for aftercare. Last time, the moment I got into the hotel, they told me everything I needed to know for aftercare. Which was kind of annoying because I wanted to sleep, but better than now because I don't know if I'm allowed to shower. It's just like hell right now. But Maria says my ass does look nice, so.
Hourglass form from the back, though.
Hourglass form from the back. That's what I want. So, it is what it is. Guess I got what I wanted. I was totally expecting something different, just from like how a few of the girls on YouTube were like, yeah, it was chill. But then there were also a lot of girls who were like crying every day, so I guess it just depends on who's taking care of you. And this time they ain't really doing the best like they did last time. I'm completely surprised with a lot of things.
Yeah, so I wasn't a happy camper. It was not so nice. I also ordered a faja. So a faja is the piece that you wear. It is basically a compression bodysuit that helps contour the body out and helps with healing. It helps with swelling to make sure everything's compressed in. And I ordered another faja before I even got to Turkey. They said, yeah, we'll talk about it when you get here. And then when I got there, they were like, oh yeah, no problem. And then they were supposed to bring it to me, and it took like 4 days. And then when they brought it to me, they brought the wrong size. And I was like, just forget it. I mean, I had to even prepay, so I paid beforehand. I got the money back, but it was just so weird. Everything was so unorganized, and I was not expecting this from Clinic Center. So the whole time I was just like, what? It has nothing to do with the doctor. So Dr. Mehmet is awesome, and I really like his work. It was just, and the fact that he does such great work, and it's such a reasonable price, you know? I mean, there's girls out there. I had a friend in America, I think she got hers done for 15 or 20,000, just the BBL. But the service from Clinic Center was so not expected, and I was very disappointed. And I'm sorry from Clinic Center if you're watching this. It's just how I'm feeling. Maybe, you know, the service will get better and you'll understand what I'm saying. Still having fevers, feeling really horrible, and then I end up coming home. I already bought a Bbl pillow before I went to Turkey. I ordered it off Amazon. So I had my Bbl pillow with me, and on the flight back, I was not allowed to sit. So it was really strange because you're not allowed to sit, but for takeoff and for landing, you have to sit, right? So I just had my Bbl pillow, and I threw it away. I don't have it anymore, but it's basically a normal, like a pillow the width of your thighs, so about this long, and it's a very, very hard pillow, and basically you're just supposed to put it on this part of your thigh, yeah, and then you sit basically on this, so you're not sitting on your butt. So for takeoff and landing, I was sitting on the Bbl pillow, and for the flight, for the actual flight, I was allowed to stand. They let me stand. I even stood where the flight attendants prepared all the food and stuff. So it wasn't that horrible. And then when I got home, I just slept and slept and slept. I took, I think, 2 weeks off from work from this. I ended up having to take 3 weeks off because my recovery was just the saddest and the worst recovery. I was in so much pain. It really sucked a lot, but I would do it again. Like if it came down to it, my crazy butt would do it again because the results are that awesome and you feel that good. Yeah, and also with the recovery, I decided to get lymph node drainage massages. And basically what happens after a BBL, because of all the liposuction and all of that, the lymph nodes are a bit swollen. A lot of fluid is collecting inside of it, and therefore your whole body isn't getting, you know, all of the fluid that it needs. And then you can kind of get that liposuction belly. And so here's an example. Something like this is what you want to avoid. The massages, those lymphatic drainage massages, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, that really helps. There's also other ways that can help. I also heard that ultrasound, sonic, something, laser can help too. It's some sort of machine. I didn't really look too much into it. The massages hurt too. After a while they felt good, so I got one every week or one every 4 days. I can't really remember. I went to this really nice lady from the Dominican Republic here in Berlin. I will add her, I forgot what her business was called, but I'll add her name right here. Yes, that's her. She was really cool, really nice. That hurt the first 2 or 3 times, but I knew it would get better because I felt better afterwards, and I noticed that I would look better afterwards. So here's what my belly looks like now. So really nice and flat. I want to show you what it looks like when I push out. So that's me pushing out as hard as I can, and then me sucking in as much as I can. Yeah. So I'm super happy. So here are more photos. As you can see, I'm still recovering. I'm very swollen in these photos, but you can see now how my body has contoured out compared to the photos that I showed you before with my back rolls and everything and all of that. So another thing that I thought was really, really crazy was while I was healing, like a week and a half into healing, I would say maybe 2 weeks into healing, this really strange, like, liquid was just coming out very slowly, like a thick yellowish liquid was coming out of the holes while they were healing. And I was like, I was freaking out because I remember I was using the toilet, which, by the way, when you use the toilet, here is like, the toilet's like this, right? You have to basically straddle it, and you can sit like that so that your butt doesn't touch anything, yeah? Which sucks. But anyways, I was sitting on the toilet like this, and I have a dog, right? So all of a sudden I feel like this really weird wet thing, and I turn around and my dog is there, but she's really small. So I was like, Aria, what are you doing? Don't lick my butt. And then I look, and it was this yellow stuff coming out, and it was like really thick and just oozing out. So expect that, because that can happen to you. I asked my friend who also got it, and she said she had that too. It wasn't so bad for her, but yeah, so apparently that's normal. One tip though, one thing that I wish that I did before this BBL was to really get my health in check and to really control my portions. And already I wish I was working out. I didn't have my body right before, but I also had the bad habits. You know what I mean? So I got the body, the swelling went down, I'm feeling good, but now I'm still eating so bad. Like, I would overeat because I don't care. I have a flat belly now. Doesn't matter. I can eat all that I want. I was so lazy, like even more lazy than before. No motivation to work out or anything because I already have what I wanted. And I gained so much weight after this BBL, guys. My highest was at 107 kilograms. And that was in January of this year. And so I decided this year that I really need to lose the weight. So right now I'm at 103 kilos. So that's 4 kilos that I've lost so far. I'm planning on losing more. The shape is still there. That's really awesome. But I just know if I had it, if I just would have controlled that more, I think I would be looking so much better and I would like look really super snatched. So let's see what happens when I lose this weight, which I keep talking about. But it's gonna happen. It has to happen. So this is why I'm kind of looking a bit bigger and thicker because, like I said, I just was eating so much after the BBL. There was no controlling. There was no controlling me. So I would recommend also for you, I mean, I'm serious, just get your eating habits right. Start working out, really get into the rhythm of it, make it a habit. And then when you really feel like you've grasped that part of your life, then do the BBL. Because, yeah, I really regret that, honestly. But anyways, I hope this really helped you and I hope you understood everything. I feel like I was kind of jumpy with this video because I get really excited and I just want to tell you everything. If I missed anything or if you're interested in anything else, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I answered any of your questions. I hope I didn't scare you away too much. I can't stress it enough how happy I am now. And it was a crappy 6 weeks, but what's 6 weeks to the rest of your life? If you really want to do it, just make sure you're 100% prepared. Be prepared for the best and for the worst. Go to a certified doctor. I would recommend my doctor, Dr. Mehmet Ceber. I will also add his link. Woo! I will also add his link here. He likes to contact people through Instagram. He has his own clinic now. He doesn't work with Clinic Center anymore. That's about it. If you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, all of that. Please let me know if you have any questions. I can talk about this forever. Don't forget to follow me at Mellow Beauty on Instagram, also Mellow Beauty on TikTok, and I'll see you guys next week.